What is going on, good people, or should I say, what it do? I think tonight might be a what it do type of night. Got my boy Rabbit Jones from the Third Perspective Podcast. I'm DJ from Flock Nation Speaks. We do a little, simulcast. We get together every couple weeks or so to kind of talk about these Ravens and talk about these Bears. And I know it's funny. The last time we came together, Rabbit, you was talking about you was going to the game, you was ready to go to the game, you had to play Washington. You said we gonna smack them around, you said we gonna beat them up, and then I turned on the TV that Thursday night, y'all was beating them up, and I was like, okay,
smacking that ass, baby. Putting a hole in the anus.
I was like, oh my goodness, not don't do them like that. Look, y'all surprised me on that one, because I was like,
for real,
it's gonna be a pretty good game. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a pretty good game. I was a little surprised. I ain't gonna, I thought it was gonna. I mean, I thought y'all could beat them, but I thought it would be a good game. That's what I was expecting. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we was underdogs anyway. You know what I'm saying? So when I first got there, right?
Yeah, tell us the story. Run it down.
Like
run it
last
down.
time. Like every time the Redskins come, I call them Redskins. God damn it. The Commanders come down here, I always go see them, right? Now, this time right here, I had some sweet seats, bro. I was right in the motherfucking corner end zone and shit, right? That motherfucking pass Mooney miss. You don't remember. You're not a Bears fan. But the pass that Mooney missed in the corner, I was sitting right there. Then that motherfucker, those game-winning joint, I was right there when DJ Moore came running past me. I was like, oh, shit, this shit, oh. Dogging them, boy. I was in love that night, boy. Couldn't hate. I was in that fan with a whole bunch of Commanders fans. They couldn't stand me in that joint, bro. I was making them mad. They was pissed off in that joint.
Is that what you expected from the game when you went? Like, was you expecting fireworks like that? Consider, like, I mean, because we've seen the Bears show some flashes here and there throughout the season, but I don't think that's the first time we saw that type of offensive onslaught. You think they can do that week to week? You think that's possible?
Man, I mean, well, right now my quarterback hurt. He got hurt last week in the second quarter. Dislocated his thumb, bro. Now, when I think about that, right? When you say dislocate your thumb, you think, God damn, right? But the normal wait time is like 4 to 6 weeks, right? But all we need is just throw the ball, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I think by now, today, he probably can throw the ball with a little pain. They can numb that up. That's no problem. But I think the problem will be handing it off to the running backs, right? I think right now, they will hold him out this week and let the backup play. I think he'll be back next week, because then he had more grip on the ball, first of all, where he can hand it off. You know what I'm saying? Because most of us can throw. You don't got to squeeze the fucking ball half to death to throw it. You feel me? But you got to have control of when you hand it off or not hand it off. You feel me?
Okay.
So that's a huge part, because we do a lot of RPOs. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge part. Y'all do a lot of RPOs too.
Yeah, definitely. What did you see? Did you see anything different from that game than the rest of the games in the season? Like, because that was kind of like a game.
Commanders game?
Yeah, like, and plus you was there too, so you might can see,
the difference was the defense.
Defense?
Yeah. The offense was basically doing what they do. Like, they drive down every time they get the ball, and they do that.
But they were scoring, though.
It's just the defense.
They were scoring this game as opposed to, like, kicking field goals or, like, settling for,
It was scoring against the Chiefs. It was scoring against the Broncos. Broncos had them 28-7 out the break. I mean, the defense again. Once you up 28-7, you should win this game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be in no predicaments where, like in the Chiefs game, we was in the game all the way to the 2-minute warning. They got my man stuck in the motherfucking what's that? In the 2 yard line. He was stuck on 2 yard line to go 98 yards in 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to win. You know what I'm saying? But still, me personally, I'm good with that. Like when I told you when we started this thing, I ain't got no expectations for us this year. I just want to see us improve, be a better, stronger team. That's all I said, right? And I said, the X factor is my quarterback is a beast, so I ain't no telling where can we go. You know what I'm saying? But if you get hurt, man, that changed the directly of things. But I'm just hoping he'll be back in a week. First of all, just squeeze the ball, first of all. And then probably next week they put some little clamp or something on the joint so when he hand it off, it won't be that much. It's just I know he'll be back next week. So I just need him to come back ASAP. You know what I'm saying? ASAP means now.
Now look, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that Chicago is in line for the #1 overall pick.
True.
Well, considering the amount of picks y'all got, the #1 and #2 overall pick. Would you consider? And I'm talking about from you a fan of Justin Fields, you a fan of the Bears. You've seen what you've seen the potential, and you've seen what kind of the missteps and everything too. What you think about this #1 pick situation? If y'all were to have the #1 pick, should y'all go with another quarterback or should y'all trade it again?
All right, me personally, right? First of all, I just went on a rant on my joint too. I thought you was gonna come in, but I went on a rant about the same stuff. But me personally, right?
Mm-hmm.
I seen way more than enough from this quarterback to keep continuing with him. If you stop and get a quarterback again, I think that right there sets us back, right? Wanna know why? This has been set up like last year. Got the first round pick. We got DJ Moore. Got another joint this year. It's set up with of Carolina. Wherever their pick is, that's ours. You know what I'm saying? It's real set up where you just keep building people in the joint. Right now, we need defensive players. We still worried about our quarterback that ran for 1,200 yards last year. Leave him the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? Right. Start getting these other players in there will enhance him. You get better defense. He had the ball more chances to score. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just like get better offensive lineman. He won't be on his ass every time he turn around. He won't have to keep running. You know what I'm saying? Do that. You know what I'm saying? Because sticking quarterbacks in here is not the solution, right? Because I've been watching them for years, and there've been a white quarterback standing there. I've been looking at for the since I've been a Bears fan, bro.
Right.
So get over that, and let's let this boy first of all heal and get back in this game and ball, bro. Leave him alone. Like Keller Williams, what do you think about him?
I think he's gonna be good. I don't think it's time to turn in the cards on Justin Fields. Like I don't think it's time to like give up, throw in the towel, stuff like that. Like Justin Fields already feels like he's not being able to truly play his game, truly beat him. I don't know if it was you I was talking to or somebody else, but we kind of was talking about quarterbacks. It was a discussion about quarterbacks and how there's this pressure for quarterbacks to fit in the system, not for the system to mold around the quarterback. Exactly. Right? Like the quarterback is the key piece, right? Like no matter what you want to say or not, you can say what you want to about every other position on the field, and I know other positions matter, but the quarterback is what puts you over the top, right? Like having that dynamic, that elite, that really good, like consistent quarterback. That's your main focus, and like it was a discussion we had. It was a pretty good lengthy discussion, just talking about like coaches and egos, right? Like trying to fit these guys, especially these mobile guys, these guys that can move around, these guys that can run, these guys that come into the league as run first, trying to fit them into a box of things that maybe they're not, or trying to fit them into a box of things that to where you don't allow them to grow. Exactly. Like if you because the thing about it is, if you're dangerous with your legs and you got even a little bit of an ability to throw, you should be dangerous in this league regardless.
That's
because everybody's keying in on you.
That's my point.
Even when Lamar Jackson came in, to kind of push back to the Ravens thing too. Like when Lamar Jackson came in, he was so dangerous with his legs that when he did beat you with his arm, he didn't have to beat you as much. Like I talked about it before. And even this season,
200 yards, maybe.
You leaning in on, even with this season, I said efficient passing. I didn't say, he said 6,000 yards, but guys got to catch the ball to actually attain that. So, like when I think about quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, it's like, you got to let them be them. If that means just because the rest of the league is throwing the ball 40, 50 times does not mean you got to throw the ball 40, 50 times. Whatever wins the game, wins the game. And Lamar Jackson has won a lot of games in a run first offense, but showing an ability that he can also pass the ball too. And I think with a lot of these quarterbacks, and I think kind of Justin Fields included, you got to let him be him. He's special for a reason. He has special skills for a reason. Let him use those skills and let that open up the rest of, everything else. I don't know what happened with Claypool. I don't know what the disconnect was with him and everything like that. But, you got some talent around him. You got DJ Moore, you got Mooney. I was hoping Claypool would kind of give you a little bit something else. I honestly wish they could have got another receiver out of him or something, instead of picks. I know they won't picks, and that's fine, but I wish they could have got another receiver out of him, and maybe like a guy like Terrace Marshall, who's kind of a speedster in Carolina, could be a helpful piece. I don't know, but I hate the Claypool experiment didn't work, just because I thought that would be big for them. I thought that was big for them to go grab him.
It was,
but at the same time, you gotta be a little bit patient too with Justin Fields and his development. I think, I don't know why we're so scared to let guys play out their first 5 years. We're so and 5 more. I get it. We're impatient. I get it. We want to win now. I understand that. But Justin Fields is what, in year 3?
This third year.
Yeah. This is year 3 for him. And, he's shown flashes here and there. You haven't really had the talent around him that some of these other quarterbacks, have had. So that's a whole nother, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day right there, because it's you got to let him be him. You gotta let these young guys that might be struggling right now. Bryce Young is kind of a similar boat right now. Everybody want to throw in the towel after 6 games. Bro,
exactly.
Let Bryce be Bryce. Let Bryce be Bryce, and once again, build that system around your quarterback. Because there ain't a lot of offenses that just they got geniuses running the show. Mike Macdonald, he does a good job, but I can guarantee you Mike Macdonald plays towards Tua's strengths and not his weaknesses. Tua, Tua wasn't impressing anybody in the NFL before Mike Macdonald got there. Mike Macdonald got there, they got him some talent, and they started playing to the fact that Tua might not have the biggest arm in the world, but he can throw the ball accurately to you, right? And I think it's the same thing with everybody else. Lamar seeing it too. Right now, going back to my point, and I know I'm getting on a rant myself, but going back to my point, man, with Lamar, right now, he's probably one of, if not the most efficient passer right now. Now, that doesn't mean he's got the yards. That doesn't mean he's got the touchdowns. I'm talking about pure efficiency. I think he's I know he's top 5 in completion percentage this year, and he's never been able to be top 5 in completion percentage, and that's with 10 drops in 1 week a couple weeks ago against Pittsburgh, right? Efficient passing with a complimentary run game is what is what you need, and then especially if the defense can play lights out, I think that gets bigger. That gets better and better. I think. Honestly, man, I think that's kind of the key to the Ravens offense right now has been that efficient passing game. If they can create some big plays out of it and create some, some of it's got to be the receivers making the plays sometimes, but, create some big plays out of it. I think, we've talked about this offense, pretty much every time we got together, we talked about the Ravens offense and how they still growing and they still developing. They're so close, man. They're so close. It's just,
See, what make this unique is you born through something that now I'm going through as my quarterback, right? I know you've been through the point where the whole fan base probably want to get rid of him at one point, right?
I don't know if I think, Lamar has had the benefit of the fact that he's won more games than pretty much any quarterback in the league with their first however so many starts, right? That helps, they always say winning is the best deodorant, right? It covers up a lot of things. And Lamar played well in the majority of those games. You got 2018, you start your career off 6-1. That's pretty darn good. 2019, you 14-2. That's pretty good. 2020, they kind of came back down to earth, but you got injuries all over the place, COVID going on. Like, it's just like it's one of those things where it's like I think for Ravens fans, I think we desperately want to shift the blame to somebody else that's not Lamar, because we see that Lamar is having to do so much with so little for so long, and now he's finally got a little talent around him, and you're seeing like just little peaks of what it could be, right? It's just a look, you don't get to see the whole picture yet because it takes time, but you're seeing that it can be really good.
But I do agree with the premise. Like, for example, like when we had our coach, he had a mind frame of what system he wanted to run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is something I disagree with right there. You got Justin Fields. You need to find somebody to do something around him, not have a system first and then say, all right, Justin, get in the system, right? I think that was the first mistake. Once you got hired, even though you got your defense stripped, Justin Fields should have been your first priority to make the offense around him. Don't put him in your offense. That was the first mistake, because you just watched Baltimore go through the same thing. So why would you do that too? That's the first problem I have. You see the man ran for 1,200 yards, right? So therefore, you got to make it so the offense is now catering to his strengths. If he can dip, have outlets, have plays where he can just dip sometimes. It was a pass sweep type shit. You know what I'm saying? Give him some shit to do. Like, don't say, all right, this is my system, West Coast joint. This is what we're going to run. Get in it. Nah, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the problem I think black quarterbacks are going to have a problem with for a while until we break that ceiling, right? I call it ceiling. Black quarterback ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Where, first of all, you got to get past the fucking fire, because you ain't going to give you a chance past the first year to even be a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you don't light their ass up that first year, you're going to struggle your second and third year, because they're going to want you to be, or you probably be let off the team, because you have to be a star medium if you're a black quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right when you hit the ground, you had to be a star, right? Yeah. But if you was to draft like a white quarterback, they have time to develop. They're not even running out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? So they get time to develop. For example, Giants, they let this man develop. Mm-hmm. To the point where we don't already see who he was 3 years ago. So you got Dan Jones, he goes to get a contract. Meanwhile, my quarterback run for 1,200 yards, almost 3,000 yards passing, and everybody want to get rid of him. It's the dumbest shit, bro. And I live in this world of hating what somebody say they're a fan, and I can't even tell if you're a fan of the Bears or not. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Right.
And I do appreciate the fact, I do like my coach, though. Don't get me wrong. I do appreciate the fact that he dealt with the shit he been dealing with. Him and Justin Fields, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. They dealt with some poop sticks since they've been here, bro. And they been dealing with these joints, bro. My man, the lost defensive coordinator still ain't been found. He just disappears. Like, who do that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 3 out of the offensive linemen starters gone. Yeah. 3 safeties gone. Corner gone. He had to work with this. Running back gone. And then when you start all shaky, it's like, nah, fire him. Like, what the fuck? Are y'all paying attention to the situation here?
It's funny because I'm in Charlotte, so I hear all the calls for Frank Reich's job after 6 games, and I'm like, it's been 6 games, like chill out. But it's funny, man, because and you was talking about kind of that black quarterback like stigma almost. Like, let's not act like Justin Herbert, the highest paid quarterback in the league, or he was the second highest paid quarterback in the league right now.
Already got paid.
Already got paid. Like, hasn't done anything in the playoffs.
Already got paid.
That's what we want to run with. But
shit.
On top of that, I mean, he cost his team a game just last week, and I ain't heard nothing about it. So but let it be Lamar Jackson. That's you know how that is. Lamar had 10 drop passes in a game against the Steelers, and the question to headline all the sports shows was, or one in particular was, is Lamar Jackson worth the contract? Like what? But nothing said about Justin Herbert. But it's interesting too, because like when you look back at that draft class of, that draft class of what, 2021, was it 2021?
Mhm.
Yeah. Back when Justin Fields was drafted, you look at the rest of the quarterbacks. I mean, it's not like
Oh my
it's
God.
not like this quarterback class was
Terrible.
great. Like honestly, like I mean,
Terrible.
Trevor Lawrence is
After main
probably
man,
the
Trevor
best.
Lawrence.
Yeah, he's
That's
probably
it.
the best one out of that. Then you had the Jets who picked Zach Wilson. We've seen what that's turned into be. The 49ers picked Trey Lance. They already done moved on from him. And then you go down to number 11 with Justin Fields. And kind of like I said before, I honestly think Justin Fields could be the top of the class if given the right opportunities. I think Trevor Lawrence is good, but I don't even
That's
think,
true.
honestly, I don't even know if Trevor Lawrence has hit his
He had
ceiling.
his he had his max though.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
he
I
had
don't
his
know.
max. He had
I
his
don't
peak.
know
This
yet.
is as good as he's
I,
gonna get.
I,
He's not
I,
gonna get
don't,
no
I don't
better than what
know.
he is.
I don't know. I don't know. Trevor Lawrence can be good, but Trevor Lawrence also got the benefit of the division he played in. Justin Fields came in and Aaron Rodgers running everything. Detroit trying to be on the come up, and then the Vikings were a borderline contender when he came in. So like,
And we had Andy
but you
Dalton as
looking at the
quarterback.
Jaguars, yeah. And I mean, you looking at the Jaguars. Let's be like, we don't, we just say stuff, but we don't put the context behind it, right? Like Trevor Lawrence came in a division that's a crapshoot every single year. You don't know who's going to win it. A different team wins it every year. And now at this point, this year coming in, he got young quarterback. He got two rookie quarterbacks in the division. And then he got another team that don't know what quarterback they want to run with, and they got injuries at quarterback. So
You
it's
can pull
like,
this up.
let me see.
The quarterback. Oh,
yeah.
Now it's funny because we got two new names on here too, for our top quarterbacks, right? So if you start with Patrick Mahomes, I guess we agree with that, huh?
Are we on this? Wait, my showing a Google search. We on the same one?
Hold up.
My showing, it says the week 6 NFL quarterback rankings, but it don't say
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it don't say who on it.
I got right. Here we go. Right. The first one is Patrick Mahomes. You see it?
Let me see. It still ain't coming up.
What?
Let me see if I can find it.
Then the first joint, you see it?
No, it's still showing the Google search for some reason. I don't know if it's opening up somewhere else or something. Let me see. See what it is. Let me see if I can find it. Not this thing being slow.
Oh, I see your joint.
Which
All
one
right,
you
my
doing?
bad. It's on it now?
It's showing me the same darn thing.
What?
I don't know what this thing doing. Hold up. I'll do it from mine.
It's a Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know why this thing. I don't know why I'm tripping. Let's try this one. Let's see if it'll let me. What we got? Let's do this one right here. There we go. All right, here we go. Y'all excuse my tabs now. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the same one.
All right. So let's see what we got. These are the quarterback power rankings. Of course, Mahomes is number 1. I don't, I think considering what Mahomes has accomplished in the league, I don't know if Mahomes ever gets off the number 1 spot. Like I know this is week to week. It's fluid, as Stephen A. Smith would say, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Mahomes. Number 2, Josh Allen. Is it?
Yeah, Josh Allen. Yeah.
I mean, Josh Allen didn't play well last week. But okay, that's
Again, that's what that's my thing. But hey, like you said, if it was me, I mean, it's no debate with that. As far as we're not going by stats, as far as the person itself, how they playing, and that individual, yeah, it goes Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Josh Allen been playing like trash though, but
I mean,
I'll
Josh
put
Allen
2 in front of him.
I don't know. Josh Allen's been playing good. He
I
played
put
good.
two in front of him.
He was
ASAP.
terrible the first week of the season. Played good for like 3 weeks, and then I don't think he played well last week. Tua.
I put two in front of him because
I'm
right
trying to
now
think.
Tua on pace. He averaging 10 yards a throw. He burning the league up with his receivers. Josh Allen ain't doing that. I don't know why they got him.
I could agree with that. Who did they play last week? They played.
They got,
Oh, that's
they
right.
be-
That's right. Okay, I see why Tua was so high. They played Carolina. That makes sense. Yeah, Tua had a good game. He had a good game. Brock Purdy,
oh
honestly,
my God.
like, and if this is what I think it is, that means +2. So that means he went up 2 spots.
Yeah.
I don't know how. He had probably the worst game he's had in his career last week. Like,
And
what?
then if you put all his numbers together, he's not lighting nothing up. It's
No,
the team doing it.
Yeah, he's the beneficiary of probably a future Hall of Fame head coach,
He's literally a
future Hall
backup
of Fame
quarterback,
coaching,
bro.
and talent everywhere. And like you said, like, the talent last week didn't show up or got injured, and Brock Purdy became Brock Purdy again. I root for the guy. Don't get me wrong, because it's a good story, but no.
That's what I be saying. It be good stories, but no, bro, you're not like that for real. Don't get overhyped.
Nah, bro.
I don't see it.
I'm trying to see though. Oh, this is from week 6. Did they?
Then you got
Oh,
Justin
okay.
Herbert in there too, though.
Okay. This is from week 6. Did they got week 7 yet? The week 7 might not even be yet. It should be.
Justin Herbert up too high too, though.
But this is from. So this is not including last week. Let me see something real quick.
You sure?
Yeah, because it says week 6. But it's not including last week. Let me see if I can find.
But I don't think Brock Purdy is playing. Man, they be tripping me out when they pick their stars. They want to be stars, bro. The first game against Cleveland, he threw for 100 and he threw for 125 yards, bro. The first game in Cleveland, he threw for 200 yards 3 games.
All right.
He only threw for 300 yards 1 game this year.
Who you talking about now?
Brock Purdy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think Brock Purdy lights anybody up by no means.
Like, what are we talking about, man? He's not even part of the win. Like, they won a game against Cleveland. He threw for 125 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Like, really?
All right, here we go. So,
oh man.
So this is including last week. So Tua's at number 1 now, because this is including week 7. So like, I mean, the week that just passed, week 6, not week 7, week 6.
Mm-hmm.
So this might be a little bit more accurate. So Tua at 1. I think Tua's been playing lights out.
What were you just saying? Exactly.
I think he had 1 game. I think he's had 1 game where he hasn't been good against the Bills. I think that's about it. Tua's been playing lights out. And I mean, he ain't got no excuse not to with all that talent they got around him and all that speed.
Man.
Josh Allen at number 2, that's debatable.
That's again. Why is he at 2, bro?
I mean, that's debatable to me.
Do you think Goff should be ahead of him?
Oh, absolutely. Goff is playing.
Like, what are we doing? I don't even know why I ain't there, bro.
Yeah, Jared Goff is playing out of his mind, and I think Jared Goff is getting disrespected because of that little bit, the back end of his time with the Rams. But anyway,
another thing, he's just a basic quarterback.
Yeah,
like basic quarterbacks are who they are. Like they going to get yards. Goff, yeah.
But I mean, he's playing well. I mean, but I think he's playing well. I think Goff is playing better than that. Well,
he playing better than.
I don't think Goff has had a bad week. That's the thing about it.
Like, he playing better than Brock Purdy and Josh Allen. Easy.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert is not playing good.
Justin Herbert still at 6 over Lamar. That's silly, but okay. I just don't believe. I just don't believe that. We talking about based off of, so when I mean, I'm doing it in totality, but even based off of week 6, Justin Herbert did not have a good game. Lamar played well. He might didn't put up the numbers everybody wanted to put up, but he played well. And then Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, CJ Stroud. Honestly, if we're gonna be honest, this is the guy who needs to be up a little bit higher. CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud.
Think so?
He's playing well. He's playing. I mean, CJ
Yeah, he
Stroud,
playing good. He playing good.
like, because he broke that record that I think Dak had for most pass attempts without an interception. He threw his first interception last week. Like, he's playing well. He's playing really good. And then Trevor Lawrence.
He's okay. I don't know, man.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's not playing as well as he usually does.
No.
Dak is. I mean, I don't know. I'm not as big of a Dak hater as others may be, but in terms of this season, I mean, I don't know if I'm impressed by Dak. So 13, middle of the pack. Same thing with Stafford, same thing with Baker, definitely same thing with Russ. He probably need to be further down.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when you look at like these guys, like Deshaun ain't played in 2 weeks, so of course he's gonna be low. Gino,
hold on, let's stop with him for a minute. You think he bullshitting with the injury? I'm hearing that motherfuckers think he bullshitting over there in Cleveland. Don't want to come back. That'd be crazy right there.
I think it's easy to point the finger at Deshaun. He's the highest paid, guaranteed paid quarterback in the league, right? Like,
he's been cleared to play. He just ain't playing.
But and maybe I should ask you what you think about that. Like, and I'm gonna put it back on us real quick for a second. But like, what do you think about that? Because if I'm a coach, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, like, if I'm a coach, I'm not saying, oh, my guy's clear, he just don't want to play. Number one, you locked into a contract.
Oh yeah, I know that
for a while.
Of course,
as a coach, Coach Stefanski should have just been like, I think he did say he knows his body better than we do.
But once you say you cleared, then it's up to the play after that.
Yeah,
and he choose not to play. Now, I will say, I think he got something wrong. His rotator cuff.
Yeah, it's a shoulder. Yeah,
that is a problem to try to throw with that. I ain't gonna lie to you on that. So that's tough. But he been out a while. It should be healed by now. But I'm gonna tell you, those things are funny. Rotator cuff are funny, and he throw.
Yeah, and I think the next couple guys on this list, like, Jordan Love, he's played all season, but Jordan Love's been kind of inconsistent. Derek Carr's been inconsistent, but when you get down to these guys, you got guys who has a couple of injuries, ain't really been playing as much, like Minshew. He just coming in for Anthony.
Once you get past the top 15, then that they ain't talking about no quarterbacks after that.
Yeah,
they either hurt or something. Like my quarterback hurt, he should be down here somewhere. He got hurt last week, so
I think they he right here. So like they don't put Fields on here if he didn't play.
He got hurt.
Yeah. So, but
I'm just thinking though, overall. The path for the athletic quarterback is real slim to none. Like, if you don't hit the ground running to make your case early, you know what I'm saying? You short.
Yeah.
You don't have no time.
That's true. They're for mobile quarterbacks, black quarterbacks, however you want to say it. No, and we have to be specific about this. For mobile black quarterbacks, because Josh Allen is also mobile. Daniel Jones is also mobile, but Josh Allen gets a lot more credit than anybody else does in this regard.
But like, if you was to look for the future of this type of quarterback, 90% of them are going to be black.
Yeah.
So that's what we mean by the chances of a black person being quarterback. This is our chance as running dual threats. You know what I'm saying? That's our goal.
Yeah, that's true.
Change the game. That's true. Everybody forget about Randall Cunningham though, man. He was nice. Steve Young will get up out of there too.
Oh yeah.
For Steve white boy,
Steve McNair was he can move.
He get up out of there too and run some motherfuckers over while big ass was out there too. Especially start getting fat at the end of his career. He was chubby as well. Tossing that joint though.
Real quick, let's preview the games real quick and then we'll get on out of here. So the Ravens facing off against the Lions, so that could do you some good if the Ravens can get the win against the Lions. And then the Bears are facing off against, it's at the bottom of the screen. I forgot who y'all playing.
The Raiders.
The Raiders, that's right. I didn't said it. I can't even remember. Real quick for me, when it comes to the Ravens and the Lions, I think the Ravens gonna have to play it clean. I this is what I want to see. I'm gonna make myself big right here. I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a minute. I need to see the Ravens have a clean game. That means 0 turnovers. None of them. Okay. I don't think there's been a game this year. I can almost guarantee that there's not been a game this year where the Ravens have played clean enough to not turn the ball over. The Ravens can beat the Lions. The Lions are a really good team, right? I mean, the Lions have made a believer out of me. They have proven me wrong time and time again this season. When I called them fool's gold in week 1, then I called them fool's gold in week 4. They proved me wrong again. So like
They're
because of that,
out.
yeah, they tough. But I think the Ravens can beat them because I think the Ravens can beat anybody on this schedule. It just depends on if the Ravens come out to play and play a clean game. This offense is getting better. And I think, it's putting it all together. That's going to be the biggest thing. The defense, I mean, we if the Ravens are involved, we know defense is going to be there. So, the defense is fine. The defense is doing exactly what they need to do. I think they need some turnovers this week just because of a team that's this good and this disciplined. But I think offensively, the Ravens have to find their way. They got to. You can give your thoughts if you have any. But also, what you thinking about this this Bears Raiders matchup?
Now the Ravens game are really particular to me because most of our fan base is still hopping on Roquan Smith, and I don't see like you have him for a while. What you see? Did you see a super mega star?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
You say absolutely,
absolutely. Like I mean, we talking about what top? I mean, and I'm being generous by even saying this. I'm trying to be nice. Top 3 middle linebacker in the league, top 3 linebacker at all in the league. Like
true.
And I mean, he might be 2. He could be teetering on 1. It just depends on who you ask.
All right, let me tell you this.
Roquan's a dog.
The one thing he do rack up tackles.
Mm-hmm.
He don't force fumbles and he don't make picks. That's the only thing.
That's for everybody else to do, though.
No. That's the only thing about him when he was here that threw me off with him. It was like he was just a linebacker. He was always in the tackles, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I make plays. Like when Urlacher was here, it was tackles and strips, picks, and all that shit. He was just that's how you go to Pro Bowls and all that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? MVPs and shit. But he's just not that level to me. He's just a good linebacker, right? So once he,
I think he's better than good now. I mean, he's a great linebacker. Like he's
he's not gonna round up no sacks. He's not gonna round up picks.
I don't know if that, and I think it depends on what defense he in because the Ravens. When you play for the Ravens, I can come up off the couch and get a sack because they'll blitz me real quick. You know how the Ravens is; they blitz everybody.
But I'm hoping that he can slow down the motherfucking run game of Detroit. At least now you got Detroit with almost every one of their running backs out. First of all, so that should help them slow down the run and force Goff to toss. And was one thing these pocket quarterbacks do. They can cross it on time and 2.3 and all this shit, but picks are coming with these motherfuckers. ASAP. So to say with us, with the Raiders, right? The Bears. My man is hurt. Need the backup quarterback come back in here and hold this thing off until my man get back. I know the white fans of Chicago look at it as keep the job, steal it from the black man. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You want the white man to come in and just be the quarterback forever after that. You know what I'm saying? Ever see Justin Fields again? I get it. But we need my man to come back if you want us to be successful in this league, bro. Not the backup regular white Joe Schmoes that we always done had since I've been alive, bro. So first, defense is cranking. So I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to win this game with the backup. After the game, they're going to say the white backup was the reason. It ain't going to be close to it. It's going to be like this Purdy shit where you got 100 yards and shit. 1 pick, 1 interception, but we win. You see what I'm saying? But Purdy, you the man, though. No, stop. What we going to do, the defense going to crank in. I think this game right here is all ours. Strictly off our defense and special teams, bro. And he going to benefit off that. The great white hope going to come in and everybody going to love him. You know what I'm saying, Doc?
I think for me, from y'all's perspective, I think y'all can beat the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are a very good team. I think we expected a little more out of the Raiders. But I think also, like, I don't think we know. I think Jimmy G is hurt again. So, I mean,
he
is. It's the battle of the backups. Do I trust or do I trust Tyson Badgett? I mean,
who's the backup?
Aiden O'Connell.
See, that's
you
what I
know,
mean.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like,
I just think my defense gonna crank.
yeah, and I
Defense
think
over the
like
last 3 weeks
if
been
I gotta
cranking.
lean on if I gotta lean on one, I mean, this would be a really good like 6-3 game right here. But if I gotta lean on one defense or the other, I think I'm gonna lean on Chicago. I think I'm gonna lean on Chicago to turn Aiden O'Connell over Tyson Badgett, right? But I don't know. I mean, both of them are talented teams. It's just I think this gonna be a game of who can play the cleanest game.
That's right.
Right. Like, it very well could be 9-6 at the end of the game. You just got to find a way to win, by hook or by crook. So
Before we get out here, everybody that's a Bears fan out there right now, this is the best time in the Bears history for you to be a fan, baby. Not for anything, but you have a dynamic quarterback, bro. We have a black
Bears
general
history?
manager. Bears history.
Bears history.
And remember, I watched the Super Bowl, bro. I was 8 years old looking at that Super Bowl. I saw it. It was amazing, right? But this time right here is the best setup. We got a dynamic quarterback. We got two first round picks next year, right? We got DJ Moore, right? The defense is young pieces. Add a few more. We getting nasty, my boy. We just need patience.
It's just going to depend, man, because the thing about y'all's division is interesting. Like, Detroit is running away with it as fast as they can. But if y'all can get Detroit to lose a couple of games, Minnesota's terrible.
Yeah.
Green Bay is
Minnesota bliss.
Average.
You know how much they blissed us last week, bro? 72% of the. Did you hear me? 72%. Jeez.
But and I mean, I think there's a chance if y'all can stack some wins up. I mean, I'm still sitting over here thinking there's a chance that the Panthers can come back and win the division because, even though they 0-6. So the division is the most important
thing. Oh, us too, because that was our first loss. Well, we lost to Green Bay, now Minnesota. We lost 2 games in our division. All the other games was out of our division. So they're almost irrelevant. You know what I'm saying?
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, y'all got to stack some overall wins, but you got to, if you can lean in on the division a little bit, y'all might can do some stuff.
But definitely keep your head up, Bears fans, baby. It's the best time to be a Bears fan. Trust me, bro.
Rabbit, I appreciate you for coming. It's always a good time. We'll get back together in a couple weeks. I meant to try to get you on after y'all's big win. I really did.
What we're gonna do next time? We're gonna go back and see what we said at the beginning of the season. We're gonna go over that thing. We're gonna break it down. What you said, I said. Our teams are gonna do.
We can do that.
We'll see where we at so far.
We can do that. But be sure to check out the Third Perspective podcast on all your major podcasting platforms. Fly Nation Speaks is on all your major podcasting platforms. So make sure put us in put us in that playlist back to back. We'll get you through the workday real quick. All right. So definitely hope you guys enjoyed the show. Rab is also on YouTube as well. Third Perspective. Twitter. Where can they find you?
YouTube, all that. Instagram, Facebook, T3P Podcast. All the Bears fans know me, bro. You know what I'm saying? T3P. But
sure. As we're gonna get on out of here, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Until next time.
The Bears.